Ancient Rome wasn't just an empire of conquests and marble monuments. Behind palace doors, Roman emperors indulged in sexual practices so twisted they would make modern dictators blush. These weren't mere personal indulgences, they were deliberate displays of absolute power, shaping Roman politics, religion, and society for centuries. From emperors turned prostitutes to incestuous marriages and human collections, you're about to discover why the Roman imperial bedroom was perhaps the most disturbing seat of power in history. To understand why Roman emperors behaved this way, you need to grasp how the Romans viewed sexuality itself. In Roman culture, sex wasn't about love or even pleasure. It was about dominance. The one who penetrated held power, the one who was penetrated was subjugated. For emperors, sexual acts became political statements. Every liaison, every humiliation, was proof that the emperors will reached into the most intimate corners of Roman life. Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus Caligula began his reign in 37 AD, adored by the people and respected by the Senate. 4 years later, he was dead, assassinated by his own guards. Caligula openly carried on affairs with all three of his sisters, Agrippina, Drusilla, and Livilla, flaunting these relationships at public banquets. After Drusilla's death, he declared her a goddess and transformed the imperial palace into the palace of pleasure, an elite brothel staffed by senators' wives and daughters. Caligula even humiliated Rome's elite by forcing them to watch as their wives performed sexual acts with imperial slaves, sometimes charging admission. Tiberius, who ruled from 14 to 37 AD, retreated to Capri in his final years and created what historians describe as a realm of depravity. According to Suetonius, the emperor built elaborate pools and chambers where attendants were coerced into his disturbing games. Archaeology supports these accounts. Capri's villas had secluded, extravagant bathing complexes, perfect for secrecy. But his actions weren't just personal indulgence, they were political blackmail. Victims came from Rome's most powerful families, making rebellion against him nearly impossible. Elagabalus became emperor at just 14 in 218 AD and immediately defied every Roman norm. He wore women's clothing, used feminine titles, and reportedly sought surgery to give him female genitalia. He scandalized Rome by marrying a Vestal virgin, shattering sacred taboos, and even prostituted himself inside the palace, dressing as a sex worker and soliciting clients. His relationship with a charioteer named Hierocles, whom he called his husband, was the final straw for the Praetorian Guard. In 222 AD, they assassinated Elagabalus, ending one of the most radical reigns in history. Nero, 54 to 68 AD, blurred the line between private indulgence and public performance. He married a castrated boy named Sporus in a full public wedding, then treated him as his wife. He also staged ceremonies where he acted as a bride to another freedman, Pythagoras. Rumors of incest with his mother, Agrippina, swirled until Nero had her killed. He performed sexual acts on stage, forcing Rome's elite to applaud, proving their humiliation was part of his power. Valeria Messalina, wife of Emperor Claudius, wielded power as ruthlessly as any emperor. She once challenged Rome's most famous prostitute to a contest who could satisfy more men in a single night. Messalina won 25 to 23. She frequently snuck out in disguise to work in brothels under the name Lysiska, and built political networks through her lovers, senators, generals, even foreign dignitaries. Her ambition ended in treason when she attempted to marry her lover Gaius Silius. Claudius ordered her execution, ending one of Rome's most scandalous lives. Roman emperors didn't just commit sexual violence, they institutionalized it. Castration became a booming industry. Enslaved boys were mutilated and trained for service, with less than half surviving. Conquered peoples were subjected to rape and humiliation as tools of control. Slaves had no legal protection. By law, they could not refuse their owners, and emperors used this mercilessly. Roman emperors fused sexuality with religion. They joined fertility cults, performed sexual rituals for the god Priapus, and turned bacchanalian festivals into orgies of wine and group sex. Elagabalus imported the Syrian sun god Elagabal, dressing as a priestess and performing sexual rites as worship. Temples of Venus and other deities even employed sacred prostitutes, their services framed as religious offerings. By modern standards, these stories are shocking, but they reveal something crucial about power in the ancient world. Roman emperors knew that controlling sexuality meant controlling society. Through humiliation, ritual, and spectacle, they ruled the largest empire in history. And if you thought Rome was twisted, wait until you see what happened in Byzantium, where an empress would take these extremes even further.